What is up, everyone? My name is Jacob Minnig, host of Behavioral Health Integration Podcast and YouTube channel. Today, we have a very special episode for you. We're doing more reaction videos. And again, I just have to say, I finally got a good laptop, finally got a new camera. It looks amazing. The definition is great. Got my new shirt. It's a work in progress, but I got more coming. We're ready to get going. I'm really excited for this. And yeah, again, this is another Bill Burr reaction video. This is happy wife suddenly admits to cheating with her coworker. Let's begin.
All right. Hey, Bill. I know you aren't a therapist, but I think I just want to talk to anyone at this point. So here goes. I've been married for just under 4 years to my wife, who I dated for 4 years prior to marriage. I love being married, and I've said that to anyone that asks since day one. We own a nice house together. We have 3 dogs, pit bulls too, good man, and both make a decent living. I share everything in my life with my wife. When something makes me happy, she knows. When I'm upset about something, I tell her. Throughout the course of our relationship, about once a year, she would suddenly, without warning, say she was unhappy and has been for months. Oh, God, here we go.
So again, pure sign she doesn't know how to communicate. This could be, let's see, passive aggressiveness, or there could have been passive aggressive related behavior, or again, she does this thing where she shows signals. I know Bill said this in his other videos too.
She said,
sorry for that skip. Again, it's just she's not happy. She probably has been happy for a while, but doesn't say something until much later, and that could be like the one time a year thing. But we'll continue.
She has discussions with her mom, who loves me and is the sweetest woman alive, and close friends about the things that make her unhappy, but I never hear a word about it until it boils over, and she floors me with how unhappy she is. Well, that's not fair.
Right.
All right, we tried to work it out, though. Make changes. She would act like it was okay while bottling it up again.
Here's another thing, though. Like, how long is that going to go on? Okay, again, they keep repeating the cycle. Like, every year this happens, but we work it out. Sounds exhausting. I would get so tired of it over and over again. And again, I never suggest breakups right away or divorce, unless obviously you want to. But again, that's the thing with like couples. Like, one is usually out of the relationship a lot quicker than the other one. And I say this time and time again when I talk to marriage and family therapists. What they've told me is the biggest issue that they have with couples is that they just wait too long, and the relationship gets way too toxic before they can even make any improvements. Again, they just wait way too long. So
once the lid goes on the bottle, there's no opening it again. Each and every time she calls the unhappiness state of the union meeting into session, I've always been completely honest in saying that I'm very happy with her. I love our jokes and honestly enjoy spending time. And blah, blah, blah. Jesus Christ, dude, get to the fucking point.
I love Bill for that.
All right, last Wednesday. Here we go. We had a good night together. We went out for dinner and ice cream and laughed at about blah, 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 blah. So I thought I'd come home. The following night, in general, great mood. And she told me she had talked to her mom and a friend and that they recommend that she talk to me. I was confused.
How can you, again, try to be respectful, like, and this is my therapist's mind and my Jake Minnig mind, human being mind combined together. Like, how can you be confused? That's my question. Like, this has been going on for I don't know how many years with you. She's not happy. Anyways, I'm not trying to be hard on this guy or not, but again, where is the confusion?
Shit about not being unhappy. Anyways, I wanted anything to make her happy, but she told me she didn't think there was anything. It was very emotional as she finally mustered up the courage to say that we might need to get separated.
Yeah.
I was floored, and not in an I'm an asshole husband that sits around, drinks beer, and watches football with his buddy way. I love my wife. We have free. Okay, dude. Okay. So the following day, after much reluctance, I get her to agree to try marriage counseling so we can work out our happiness. Dude, I'm not giving you shit that this is, you're pouring your heart out because this shit just happened. I understand. But for the sake of the listeners, I got to fly through this. I get to agree with her. I get her. Okay. So the following day, it's like Lord of the Rings here. After much reluctance, I get her to agree to try marriage counseling so we can work out her unhappiness. I was willing to do anything at this point. I immediately scheduled an appointment with the counselor and was looking forward to having someone neutral.
I'm getting the sense that she may be doing this just to make him happy or to make her friends happy or her mom happy or whatever, for again putting effort into the relationship. I'm getting the sense now that she's like on her way out like right now, and he's in the scramble mode. I really want to put effort in this. I want to make this work. But honestly, when you look back earlier in the video, it's like he's been doing that for their entire relationship, or at least most of it, where he keeps getting caught off guard, like that once a year moment. Well, what's going on? You never say anything. Again, she's not happy. She doesn't communicate. She could have thrown off behavior, passive aggressive behavior to him, or related behavior. And again, he just wasn't picking up on it. And again, that's fine if he doesn't pick up on it. Again, you need more of an assertive approach in any healthy relationship. That passive aggressiveness is not going to get you anywhere if that is her case. So, but again, I'm just getting the sense that she's gone and she's just doing this to make everyone happy.
For us to talk to. Later that night, we were laying in bed and I asked her if there was someone else in her life. She said no. Yeah, dude. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Trust your gut. That's what Bill and what I always say. Trust your gut, man.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. We just went over the waterfall, folks. Or we you know what it is? No. In this story, we're hearing the waterfall. Yeah. And we've just looked at the other person in the raft with the panic look on our face for that split second before we try to desperately but futilely try and paddle the fucking thing over to the goddamn coast. Okay, here we go. We're going over. I got a feeling we're going over. She said no. There's no one else in my life. I asked her if she's ever been unfaithful in our relationship, and she adamantly said no again. Then she turned out the light and laid down to sleep. 5 minutes later, she sat up and turned the light on. Oh, fuck. Yep. She told me she just lied to me and said that she had messed around with someone a year into our marriage. Oof. And he writes in capital letters, what, period, period, fuck, period. I probed her to tell me what messing around was. That's got to at least be a blowjob.
Yeah, does it really matter?
How did that happen? Fucking whore. And after a minute of me guessing, her silence told me that she went down on a guy she works with. Oh,
God damn. Ooh. And can you really believe her, though? She could have done more. I mean, easily have done more. And again, but at the same time, like I said before, it doesn't matter. She cheated. And yeah, it sucks. Heartbreak,
Oh. Swear to God, I hadn't read this.
Yeah.
Oh, if I was Verzi.
I agree with Bill. Bill has a way of, again, just feeling things out. He's really good on relationship advice. I honestly, as a therapist, I agree with like 95% of the stuff he says. And just because he would say a thing a different way doesn't make it wrong either. But I think he actually does a very good job. And I'm going to keep harping on this. Bill always admits that he's not a therapist, but my God, he gives great advice. He really doesn't. And I know he's been in therapy for a long time too. I don't know if he currently still is, but I could just get the sense that he takes a lot of things that he's learned from his personal therapy and puts into this podcast. And again, a lot of people think like that's wrong or not, but he does a very good job and he does it in a very respectful manner. So
right now, dude, what I say? You heard me. You heard me. What the fucking creep? I was furious and hurt, then furious again. She cried and said she was sorry. We cried together. Dude, you're a bigger man than me. Well, I tried to wrap my head around how she could possibly have done that to me. I've had casual flirting with people over the years, but to act on something physically with someone other than your spouse is completely disgusting to me. Yeah. The worst part is I love this woman more than anyone. Yeah. She's been my, here we go again. She's been my best friend for the last 8 years. She knows everything about me. I want to hate her and make her sleep at her parents' house until we divorce, but all I want to do is, be near her again. Yeah, dude, that's because...
You love her. You love her.
Yeah, dude, she was in the hurry-up offense. That's what happened here. So now you're scampering, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and she has the next 3 plays that she just called.
Again, it's not fair to this guy what happened. It's not right. And as I mentioned before, all the let's say, signal she might have or could have sent, that's no excuse. She did not use a good, honest, loving, mature communication with them. And this is what happens, and I can imagine a lot of guys, even myself, will just blow off the handle and not give a fuck about trying to work it out. There'd just be that initial anger, and he has every right to be angry. And that's what I tell all my clients too. It's anger it can be a healthy emotion. It's not healthy in denying it. And there's also an important factor on how you use it and how you apply it to your behaviors and whatnot. But yeah, he has every right to be angry, and I respect and applaud him for being vulnerable enough to cry. Because again, it just shows how much he loved being married to her and how he still loves her. And I'm just getting the sense that he's willing to like forgive her, or that he might be willing to forgive her and try to make it work, even after the cheating. But we'll see.
In the huddle. That's why this is why it sucks to be you right now.
Not fair. Not fair.
One of my close friends tells me what I know is the right thing. He goes, let it go. Don't bother with counseling. What else has she done that you don't know about? How can you never trust her again? Bill, is it possible for me to forgive my wife? Am I wasting my time?
Yeah.
Also, I found out who this guy is, and I really wish I hadn't. Yeah, dude. Of course, all I wanted to do was show up at the job and beat the shit out of him like Ed Norton beats the blonde pretty boy up in Fight Club. He writes, I wanted to destroy something beautiful. My other thought is, since this guy also cheated on his girlfriend, who he's still with, he did it with my wife. I threatened to tell his girlfriend what he'd done.
Yeah, and again, that doesn't help anything and anyone. And honestly, if you believe in karma like I do, she probably knows or is going to find out anyways. And I would just let it be, stay away from that negativity. And again, I can understand the anger of him wanting to beat the crap out of him and whatnot. Again, like, honestly, I feel like, when this happens to other people too, they're so angry at not even their own spouse. They're more angry at the person who, let's say, had sex with them, whenever. And I find that to be absolutely ridiculous at times. Truly do. I mean, yeah, absolutely be angry at them, but you should be just as angry or more angrier than with your spouse. Again, maybe I'm not saying this the right way and how I want to express it, but yeah, it's just more of an equal thing. And maybe in other scenarios too, like that person that, again, she or he cheated on with, they probably don't know that she's in a relationship, or he, or whatever. They could be totally caught off guard. So it's a possibility.
But not actually do it. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That way, he'd live in fear of coming home and her knowing everything because I told her, or he would try to beat.
You're angry, you're hurt, you want to get it out, you want to get them back, you want to get revenge. And yeah, it's never a good thing to do. And again, relax, take a step back, take a breath. I mean, man, you just went through a whole horrendous ordeal right now, man. Just best advice, keep treading water, man. Keep treading water. Don't do anything stupid. And this actually motivates me to get into more video lectures too on DBT, dialectical behavior therapy techniques. And there's a really good one relating to this. It's called emotional mind, wise mind, and rational mind. And I'll get into more detail about that down the road, but it's again not reacting off your initial emotion, which again is anger, because there's a tip of the iceberg anger sheet that I usually give my clients, and anger is at the tip of it. And again, yes, anger is a normal, healthy emotion, but again, there's normally so many other underlying emotions where that person may be showing anger, but in reality, he's not, or she or he is not really angry. It's more what's underneath the ocean, in the iceberg and whatnot. It could be fear, sadness, guilty, jealousy, so many different types of emotions that are, again, underlying that mask we call anger.
Me to it, admit to it. Hopefully ending his relationship and getting terminal cancer and AIDS. Terminal cancer and AIDS. And you know what? You're still being a gentleman.
Yeah.
I still think that you're handling.
In the heat of the moment, you're being a gentleman. Yes.
this with class, wishing terminal cancer and AIDS on this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you don't give a shit. Of course I give a shit. But not occupy but I've got to occupy my mind, so I thought I'd do it here. Yeah, dude, why would you think I don't give a shit?
Bill is extremely empathetic, and another thing too, Bill really promotes like men sharing their feelings, being vulnerable. Because again, he mentions too, which I always mention, is like we have these emotions for a reason. We need to have the ability to show them, or else we're denying something that we were given as human beings. And that's what I really respect about Bill too. He's tired of this macho wacho bullshit where men can't be vulnerable and we can't care for each other. That's not true. And we as a society need to really change that.
You know, I mean, I'm not a friend of yours, but you know what I mean? Give me a fucking break. This is horrific. All right, your first question. Bill, is it possible for me to forgive my wife? Eventually, you're going to have to. Or you're going to go on a fucking tear.
Yeah.
And you're going to meet some really damaged fucking women, and they're going to reinforce everything that you've now found out about your wife. So you can't do that. You're going to go on a fucking hate fuck pussy spree that is, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
He said, am I wasting my time? Yeah, dude, it's over. She's not happy. She's not good at communicating. She puts a lid on it, until it boils over. This is the deal, dude. You know what? This is going to kill you. All right? Let's go with the positive. You don't have any kids with her.
Yep.
Okay? You can just walk away.
Because again, with the whole kids thing, it's just like you're connected to that other human being for the rest of your life, pretty much, or until the child's 18. But yeah, it's a lifelong connection.
Okay, we had a problem. And there was there's nothing we can do. It's over. He didn't make it. You just fucking walk away.
Yep.
Just walk away. It's over. All right? That's a good thing. All right? One thing, if you had a bunch of kids with this person who, for whatever reason, couldn't say that they were on. I don't think that she even wanted to fucking marry you.
Yeah.
I think she ignores her feelings. She's actually having a fucking breakthrough right now while stomping all over your fucking heart. All right? Well, I don't know. Fuck her. Give me a break, dude. You loved her with all your heart. You say her mother's a sweetheart. You got dogs. You like communicating, dude. You know something? You're like the fucking guy. You're the guy my girl wants me to be. Every fucking woman wants a guy like that.
Yeah.
Guy who actually wants to be married. Guy who actually comes home and communicates.
Mm-hmm.
A guy who gets along with the mom and all that type of shit. You're a family man, all right? Unfortunately, you met the wrong person. So forget that, dude.
It happens.
All right? Forget it. Forget it. Fuck that. It's over. Walk away. Walk.
Yeah, because again, just like I mentioned earlier about like the couples therapy session or whatnot, it's always one person who wants to put in more effort, and it just seems like through his story, he's just put in so much effort, or at least he made it sound like he put in a lot of the effort. And again, she was always unhappy every year, every time of the year. She was just like, there's an issue. Again, where's the respect for yourself? Where you see that, and that could be like somebody else's like red flag, where it's just like they pretend not to see, but it's like, wow, I put in 90% of work in this relationship. They put in like 10, but I'm still with them. So what does that say about myself and the respect that I have for myself? Not a whole lot, but again, people like to not look at those red flags because they're just happy from where they're at. I don't know if he was just, again, so in love with her that he didn't want to ever get out of the relationship or do anything to ruin the marriage. But again, this is what happens, and like Bill said, it just seems like she doesn't want to put any effort. And she's on her way out. So I think it's both of them can use this as a growing experience, as he mentioned before. It sucks that she has to stomp on his heart like this, but again, they could both take this experience and grow from it too. Even though most people will have their initial anger towards her in this story, again, we don't know both sides too. And that's another thing I respect about Bill, is that he'll at times like, hey, you know, I only hear your side of the story, so I'll try to keep it even. So
Fuck away, dude. Give me a fucking break. You know what you're
Yeah.
talking about there? You're talking about like the amount of fucking shit she has to
Yeah.
go through before she even learns how to just communicate her
Yeah.
fucking emotions. And the frustration of that's going to mean every once in a while she's going to blow somebody at work. Are you wasting your time? Abso-fucking-lutely.
hmm
Okay?
Now, again, couples who do marriage and family therapy, they deal with issues similar to this too. And I can only assume like a halfway decent marriage and family therapist would again work on her communication issues or work on both of their communication, because that is so key in any type of healthy relationship is communication and expressing how you're unhappy. You know, and sometimes we're not all meant to be together. You know, and like Bill said, maybe she never wanted to be in a long-term relationship with him. Maybe she never wanted to get married. But society always tell people like that's what we have to do. We have to get together, get married, have 2.5 kids, get a picket fence and house. And maybe that could have been her mentality with this relationship. And again, this is what causes people to be unhappy. You know, it's really sad. It really is. And a lot of times too, I don't want to go on and on, but like family and friends play a huge role on who we date and have relationships and marriages with, where a lot of the times parents will like, well, I don't like him, whatever, and that will have a strong influence on their son and daughter not pursuing someone they actually love, but again, choosing someone that their family or parents or friends like more, and not again going with your gut and your heart.
Abso-fucking-lutely. And as far as like going there and trying to fuck over that other guy he's already, you don't need to fuck him over. He's fucking himself over.
You know, and again, I've made mistakes too regarding relationships and stuff, and things happen. Like people cheat on people, you know. Yeah, and for someone to like do that again, they work together, so I'm pretty sure the dude knew she was married or whatever. Like for him to like do that and like know like, hey, I know this woman's married, but I'm still gonna sleep with her anyways. That shows major dysfunction in his life and with his current relationship too. So people who do that have issues. So in a sense, you don't really need to do anything. Like they're gonna do it themselves. And I'm sure there's other ways to express that too. But yeah, that's really how it is.
He's living a life of misery. That life is miserable. To fuck around with the person that you're with somebody else, that is a miserable life. You know, I don't know. I think it's something that a lot of guys do, myself included, back in the day in my 20s, going into 30s, trying to fucking, figure myself out. I lived that life, that whole fucking double. It's horrible. It's a fucking horrible thing. And in the end, I ended up alone, and I hurt a lot of people, and I was a complete piece of shit.
I've been there. I can definitely relate to Bill on that one too. So we're always growing as people. And I just want to thank everyone for listening. Just know that as a therapist, everything I say on these videos is not meant to be taken as therapeutic advice. If you do find yourself struggling with any type of mental health or addiction issues, please seek the care of a licensed medical doctor or a licensed mental health professional. And yeah, I just want to say that I really appreciate all my fans, all my supporters, especially for my podcast and now more into my reaction videos. I greatly appreciate it. As I promised, I got the new camera, laptop, got more shirts coming on the way. I got a really cool design. It's going to be like silverish and the lettering's going to be blue. I really like it, but let me know what you think of my new shirts coming in. Not sure when I'm going to get them, probably another month or so. But yeah, I'm really excited. I love doing this. It's super fun. I love doing reaction videos. I'm going to do some more shout outs for individuals that really inspired me doing this. And I still love doing my podcast. And just to let everyone know, my website is behaviorhealthintegration.org. If you want to contact me there, or my Gmail is behaviorhealthintegration121@gmail.com. And I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have all that good stuff. So more ways to communicate with me. Please leave me likes, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate it. It's really fun. And until next time, have a good day. Thank you.